Putting together the EASD programme is a monumental exercise. I'm joined now by Francesco Beguinot. Francesco, you put together particularly the science content of the programme, and I want to know, what are the big trends that you're seeing this year?
Well, first of all, let me tell you that it has been a challenge as every year. There are so many areas which are very quickly developing. Certainly this year, one of those areas has been the prevention issue. Prevention is important. Diabetes prevalence, as you may know already, is increasing dramatically, and obesity prevalence is increasing. And this creates a huge burden, both in terms of human sufferance and in terms of economics and expenditures, and it will not be tolerated any longer. Thus, prevention became very important. You may have noted that this area received very much attention. The Claude Bernard Lecture has just been held by Jacques Tumilate, one of the scientists which provided a major and important contribution in the past several years. But we are also learning that prevention needs to start very early in life, and maybe before life is actually created. We are learning, for example, that nutritional intervention in women is very important, is extremely important for the health status of the fetus and the newborn, and has to start before conception, and the period throughout conception is extremely important. And we are closer than ever in understanding why this happens and why this period is so critical. So this, as I said, is an area which certainly received attention, but there are other areas as well. For example, we have an unprecedented number of large clinical studies and trials which have reached the major conclusions or important steps into their development, and they relate, for example, to a number of so-called innovative agents. They're not that new in terms of molecular structure, but we are learning, thanks to these trials, how they impact on long-term effects on the longer run. This is very important, of course, because those studies require a huge amount of time to be completed. And now, thanks to those studies, we really have an improved armamentarium for treating each individual patient better than ever. So we are getting closer to what they call, quote-unquote, personalized medicine.
What's going to be your absolutely not to be missed session? Which one will you be going to above all others? I know it's a bit like asking you which is your favourite child, but which is a session you won't miss?
I'm not supposed to tell what's my favorite child, of course, but maybe I can make an exception, and if you can forgive my bias, I'm very much interested in the one on aging and diabetes. You know, we are learning that aging has an enormous impact on obesity, diabetes, and those diseases we now call not complications but comorbidities. The lifespan expanded enormously over the past decades, but unfortunately this expansion has been accompanied by an increasing prevalence of chronic disorders. Those include obesity, diabetes, but also associated disorders, cancer, cardiovascular disease, and neurodegenerative disease, and also liver disorders, certain liver disorders. Those disorders do not appear together causally, and we are now closer than ever to understand the causality and the relationship between these disorders. And I'm so excited by this because this is the basis for prevention and hopefully the not so far future.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, all of the sessions that were mentioned there by Francesco are available through the online catch-up service you'll find through easd.org and the virtual congress.